Hello everyone, Mr. Carpe Diem Pilot here with a review of the K-Bar Heavy Bowie. I really like this knife for the money. This is around, I believe I paid about $55 for it. And you know, you get what you pay for. There are plenty of way more expensive knives out there, but I think this one is very solid for the money. The sheath is fairly decent. It's got a leather back and I believe it's a Cordura front. Good looking sheath. You know, there's a place to tie a lanyard off there if you wanted to tie it off on your leg. And it's got the standard belt loop thing with no adjustment on that. It's got 2 snaps, so it's definitely not going to come off on you. And here's the blade. As you know, there's a lot of other video reviewers and knife reviewers out there that go into much more detail than I do, but I like to just give you a quick, no-nonsense rundown with no BS. There's the blade. I've got all my blades really sloppy right now. I oiled them up kind of for just having them sit around for a little while. It's been kind of wet lately, so I oiled them up with oil really well. There's the blade. It is, you know, an intimidating looking blade that would definitely get some work done. It's fairly fat on the back. I don't know the exact dimensions. I would say it's a little less than a 1/4 inch. And it's got kind of that Bowie tip to it. Non-sharpened on this end of the Bowie. The blade comes relatively sharp out of the box, no complaints there. I think it's a very solid knife. It is made in Taiwan, but I think it's very decent. I think it would make a very good chopper and a reasonable. I have split wood, although this one looks brand new. I actually have a little bit of a story I'll go into in a minute. The handle feels very good in hand. It's got a really nice purchase on it. It's got this little, I don't know, duck head on it, whatever you want to call it, but it keeps your hand from sliding off. I would probably, if I was going to get into some serious use, probably lanyard it up, everything, but it feels really good in hand, especially if you had gloves on. I don't see any problems there at all. It's a very nice knife. This is my second one. I had to send the first one in back to K-Bar because I broke the tip off. I gave it to my son. It was our first real outing. We were splitting wood and doing all kinds of stuff, and I had taken my other K-Bar up, and we were chopping and getting wood for camping and whatnot. I gave the K-Bar to my son, and he, I think, kind of misused the knife a little bit. I think he stabbed the point into the wood a little and pried with it, and he broke the tip off right about here. Just snapped the little tip part right off. So, you know, I wouldn't recommend, you know, the tip does get fairly narrow, which is good, you know, for piercing, things like that. I think he more or less misused the knife, but it is some concern, you know. If you're buying a $50 knife, you probably don't want to use it as a pry bar. But all in all, I think it is a very good knife. $55 for the knife. I mean, you really can't beat that for what you're getting. You're a very high quality, high value knife. How does it compare to some of the things maybe you've seen out there, or maybe you've got your hands on? I don't have a lot to compare it to. I do have I got this for Christmas. My wife really did me a nice thing. Anyway, this is a Cold Steel Recon Scout. There's the size comparison. This is the Recon Scout's a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's like a 7.5 inch blade or something like that. The Recon Scout is a little bit fatter. I think it's a full 1/4 inch on the back. Maybe even 5/8, I don't know, that's a fat sucker. But there's the size comparison between the two. You know, this is, I think, about $120 blade now. So, you know, you could buy more than 2 of these K-bars for the price of 1 of these. And so I think very, very quality blade for the money. This, getting stuck under the other knife here. Here's a K-bar, another K-bar. It's a BK2 for a size comparison. Another great knife. I think it's a 5 1/4 or 5 1/2 inch blade, something like that. So it gives you a good size comparison. Another, this one's I think right around 1/4 inch. So the other, the cold steel I think is 5/8 or something like that. This BK2 is a little bit fatter than the heavy Bowie spine, as you can see. And so anyway, that's the blade. A little bit too on the K-bar service. Just got on their website, got the address, took it down, boxed it up, shipped it back to them. I did make a little letter saying what happened. The tip broke off, and that I didn't think it really should have broken off. And just within a couple weeks, I believe, sent me a brand new knife. So very good service, no questions asked, and so good job, K-bar. That's it. Seize the day.